I hate it when I do that, but I'm so happy. It finally happened. It finally happened. Alrighty, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Mondays with Max. I am your host, Max Voltage. As you all know, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate it. Let's do a quick rundown. Well, quick in Max Voltage terms. This one should actually go a little bit quicker. Hawk Crypto Mining is here. By the way, he is up for an award. So check out the link in the pinned comment. Check her out. I just voted. So I was a tad late. I was busy voting. So feel free to do that while you are watching the stream. Let's see who else is here. All Set is here. Sustainable Crypto. Crypto Crag. Tim I Am Crypto. Wheeling Crypto Coffee. Lester Dog C57. Let's see here. Who else? Carl Cote or Cote. Not sure how it is. Let me know how you pronounce your name. 4J, Alexander Fleener, Automatic Beats, DJ Mines, 42K Bitcoin, all because of him. Sox Fan 96, Cincy Miner. I will get through everybody. Cobra, well, no, I don't know what that is. CDRBAZ, welcome from Australia. Welcome, sir. And Toxic Miner, Team JFK, Royce's Adventures. Let's see, who else do we got here? Solar Miner, good to see you. I'm glad you like the thumbnail. I can't even say it. John Germain, good to see you, sir. Haven't seen you in a while. Eric Scherzinger. And I know it's kind of new. It's about ready to jump. And I know that there's Jump Change. Good to see you, sir. Toilet Thuggin, Burn, and Nabel. Yes, you finally made it for my live. Greetings. Good to see you. I'm going back up. Amplifier Gaming, Joker Miner, Retro Mike Tech. Wow, I missed a lot of people with that jump. Rich Borgia. All right, I think I was back. Yeah, I was back to that. Now I can scroll back down. Sherlock's XP1 XP. Good morning, guys. Not as good as Hawk does it, but what am I gonna do? And on Doge, not James, Joe Harvey, Galaxy 9 Synthesis, Deep Harsh, Lee Jack, Ray is mining. Hadn't seen you in a while, I don't think. And that is it. Hey, Hawk, this is the Max Voltage rundown of the chat. We do this every week. And I'm less than 5 minutes into the stream, man. Less than 5 minutes. Everybody likes to hear. No, I know that they're all here, so we're good. BC, good to see you, sir. All righty. Well, let's get into things. I will get to the headline here in a little bit. But the first thing I want to hit, because I'm going to get this out of the way, I'm going to make it relatively brief, but I made some changes on my spreadsheet, found actually a few mathematical mistakes. So I do have Retro Mike Tech with the $4.99 super chat, worth way more than $4.99. So we're voting for Ben Armstrong, right? Yeah, that's it. Yes, I'm sure the Karlsen hash rate did go bonkers. Anyway, so let me bring up the screen. Give me 1 second while I share it. Make sure I share the right one. That should be the right one. Yes, it is. Okay, let me see here, and there we go. Okay, so yeah, it's a bit of a eye strain. Hopefully you guys can read that, but the real thing I changed on this was the ability to change the variables. So you can change the power rate, You can change the power cost of power per day. Now I probably could actually, I should actually do this is, what is it making today? And over here is where I'm starting at. So make what? Oh, yeah. Oh, because it needs to be dark mode. I don't know if Google Sheets has a dark mode. It's Google. They do whatever the heck they want. Anyway, so what I did with this one was I took what the actual growth in the hash rate was over the last month, which was 70%. Yes, you heard me right. The hash rate over the last 30 days, 31 days, has gone up 70%. So if it continued at that rate, which I think is probably a little high, it won't continue at that rate the whole time. Amplified Gaming, come on, man. Okay. Oh man, can't see dark mode though. Jeez, are you serious? Do I really need to do that? I'll do it next time because I do have another spreadsheet that I did do that on. But then just the outside's white anyway. Anyway, whatever. All right, well, let me get through this. I said I was gonna get through this quick. So first thing I did was 12.6. There's gonna be a change. There's gonna be a change in the block reward. So what I did was I took mine the Asics estimate of what the reward currently is on a KS3M. Okay. That's $124.10. Okay. Then I took what the block reward reduction does, which is basically reduce it by 5.6%, basically, or multiply times 0.944. And that's how I get the 117. And I do that at the beginning of each subsequent 30 to 31 days. Okay, what I did on this one is I just extended it out to 12.6, since that's when the next hash rate, and most people don't have their KS zeros or are just getting their KS zeros. So so that's how I get that starting. The power cost is just the power cost per day that I calculated over here, which you can then put in your power rate, which I put in as 10 cents, and how much power the unit is taking in kilowatts, which is 3.4 because it's 3,400 watts. That's how you get the cost per day. I could lower that up or reduce it, whatever, but that's where you get that from. Now, here's where us math geeks, I really enjoy this. And I actually talked to my daughter. She actually walked me through it because I couldn't remember how to do this. So I needed to figure out how to get a 70% hash rate increase into a daily rate. So I took that 70% and did basically 1 divided by 1.7. And that's how you get the 0.588. That's basically the total. That's what you would multiply it by to get that 70% increase down to a decrease. So basically it's 41% decrease. And then I need to put that into a daily rate. How I do that is I take P3 and do it to the power of 1 over 31. Trust me, it works. I did it. I went back, double checked it, triple checked it. It works. So basically then take that out, that number, and multiply it by the actual return each day, but then subsequently multiply it by that to get an even increase in hash rate effect on the actual return per day. And then obviously the beginning of each month, which is going to be in this case the 6th of each month, you're going to see the decrease in the actual block reward also taken into effect. So we can change this to whatever we want, but let's just say it's 70%. That's what it was over the last month, and we use that. That while that is an extreme example, it is still taking real data of what it's done over the last 30 days. And if you notice, $9,000 is about what they cost right now. You never break even. You never, ever make it. In fact, it becomes negative if we continue to grow the hash rate at that rate and the price of the coin did not change. We'd only get to about 4,800. Okay. Us degens don't like math. Integra guy. I understand that. That's why I'm trying to let you guys know that I didn't come out with these numbers from nowhere. They are real numbers. I want to make sure you guys know I'm just not pulling it out of thin air. So let's go back to the 20% example, which I think is really low. And in this case, it does break even given all of those. And it breaks even about next April. So not in the 2 to 3 months that it suggests. You could say the same thing about Bitcoin. No, you can't. Because the reason why you can't is because, well, if you have an older model, sure, yeah, you can definitely say that. But if you're buying an S19K or an S21, they're much more efficient, and the block reward doesn't change. So that's the key here: is the block reward changing every single month so that it halves every single year. Bitcoin does not do that. Chum Change says even that blind guy Hawk got them GPUs. Even that blind guy Hawk got them from could see this. Oh my gosh. If you guys have not seen the Saturday Night live stream on Chump's channel that are Misfit Mining, you gotta watch. It was hilarious. It was hilarious to me anyway. It was hilarious to all of us. We could not stop laughing nonstop on that stream. So we had a good time. I think everybody else did too. But anyway, if you haven't seen it, go see it. So anyway, Carl Cote says at some point when KS0 is shut off, then KS1, KS2 as the hash rate increase over time. Yes, and that's the one thing I can't include here. So yes, as the hash rate is exploding, at some point people are going to go, what? Because if it's once it becomes evident, like let's look at this actually. That's a really good point. So right now you're at $117 a day. At what point would you go, I don't know about this? If it went down to $60, $70 a day, would people be like, oh man, it's still making $70 a day? Or would it have to get down to maybe 50 before people finally went, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, this isn't such a great deal. But if we're looking at that, we're looking at somewhere in the February and March timeframe. Yeah, we should see a significant slowdown in the increase of the hash rate. Yes, this is assuming Kaspa price doesn't increase. That is correct. But as I said before, if you're going to put that into the equation, then your unit is really costing that much more because you could have spent that money and just put it in the coin. Just put it in the coin, doesn't cost you anything more. And somebody else had mentioned, hey, but you're not taking into account the cost of the unit. Yeah, but you're assuming that a very new coin is going to explode. Not saying it's not. I think it's a great project. I'm simply saying it's a very, very risky. And you say, oh, you got to risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, this is one that I think is much higher risk than people realize, which is why I keep showing this each week so that people can see that, oh, wait a minute, this is worse than last week. Wait a minute, this is worse than last week. I mean, you can look. The numbers that I'm showing as the starting value are getting worse by every week. So it's getting worse much faster than my model was showing before. That's my point. And the price of Kaspa has not moved much. I mean, it's been relatively about the same. Nothing has really changed. So the hash rate's gone up 70% and the price hasn't changed. And everybody's like, but what if it does? But yeah, what if it does? Great. That's the only way that this works. But what if it doesn't? What if it doesn't? If it doesn't, and you just invest in the coin, you really haven't lost anything. In this particular case, if the price doesn't move, you've lost money. You've lost money if the hash rate continues to grow at that rate. So anyway, so let's take a more realistic 35%. Because I think over time, that's probably what it's going to average about. And in this particular case, you are looking at, does it ever break even? It does not. Not at a 35% average increase over time. It gets to about 7,800, 7,850, and that's it. So be very careful, guys. As we have seen over and over again, and I've talked to people about this, The time to get in on an ASIC is at the very, very beginning. If you're gonna buy a Bitcoin ASIC, buy the S21 or the S19K now. That's really the way to go. You're going to be efficient and you're going to be profitable. And they're not that much. They're like between 2,000 and 3,000. Well, they were. I don't know how much they are now that Bitcoin's gone up, but I think you have a much surer play that Bitcoin is going to go up to, I'm guessing, over 100,000 within the bull run. Then I would feel comfortable that Kaspa would necessarily see that much of a gain. Do I think Kaspa is going to go up much higher than in percentage wise than Bitcoin? Yes, I do. But doesn't change the fact that it's a much riskier play. So, and you're playing with a lot of money with a lot of risk for a lot of loss if you're wrong, as opposed to just putting money in a crypto that you think is going to go up a lot and you don't lose anything if it doesn't go anywhere. And I don't think there's a huge risk of Kaspa going down significantly. Maybe it'll go down to 9 or 10 cents, hit that floor. Maybe you want to wait for it to hit there before you invest. That's up to you. But point being is that part, I'm not arguing that there's a risk there. Point is that there is a risk that it won't necessarily go up. People will lose interest in the project, much like the way that KDA came about. So everybody was really high on KDA. It spiked. I think Kaspa has better legs than KDA does, but just be careful. Be careful and diversify. Don't put all your eggs in Kaspa. You want to buy one to see how it does? Yeah, I think that could make some sense. If I was going to buy anything, don't buy the KS0s. Buy the higher models. They pay themselves back much more quickly when the block rewards are higher. So even though they cost more, they pay themselves back quicker. So, have you factored bonkers into the equation? No. Well, I did when I had the 70% up because, man, that hash rate is going bonkers. So anyway, all right. So enough of that. But I wanted to show you, and I will figure out a way. Probably going to try to put it like tagged into my max voltage Discord channel if I can pin it, paste it there somehow. I don't know. I'll try to figure out what I can do there. But that way you guys can play around with it, make your own evaluation based upon that. Alrighty, so what finally happened? Let me do this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I can't see around my camcorder. No, there we go. All right, hang on. Getting rid of stuff. All right, now I need to find that. Didn't save it. It'll still show it. Download won't be good. But anyway, I finally got 200 megabits upload. Couldn't even believe. Oh, it's doing the wrong one. Hold on a second. Got to get the right server that shows the best. Yeah, I know. I'm going to switch to that in a second. All right. Let me add a scene. There you go. It's running. Kind of small. Thank you for the $19.99 super chat, Mining King. Appreciate it. Who's employee of the month? You. Which? Don't make it so easy for him to troll me. Anyway. And as I've always said, Mining King is the nicest troll ever. So anyway, you can see there 235 megabits per second. Oh my gosh, I did a DJ, whatever he did, running around the house. My wife is like, what the hell is wrong? I'm like, I had 235 megabits per second upload. I was going nuts. So that's, and Abel says, how the hell Comcast got you 200 upload? What kind of witchcraft is this? So yeah, they probably just did it to get me to shut up. But actually, the guy across the street and all the people across the street have had it for months. And they're the only ones in my town that have it. And I can see it on the FCC broadband map. Now they haven't updated this to show that I have it, but I've been checking every so often, especially when I have outages. Because I'm thinking, well, maybe there's an outage for a reason. So Friday night I went out for a little bit of time, like I don't know, a couple minutes. Tried it then, nothing. And then Saturday night I went out just for a brief moment, and then tried it then, didn't work. So Sunday came around and I'm like, oh, let me try it again. Maybe something reset or whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh, I actually have it. So, yes, no longer retro mic tech. I am no longer a flux cheater. So there you go. Can't call me that anymore. Crypto Frank giving out 20 memberships? Holy cow. Thank you, Crypto Frank. Appreciate it. Sorry, in a second, I will go through them. Chum Change says, can you show us the chair jump, please? I can tell you I did not do that last night because, yeah, that would be bad. That would really hurt. Anyway, SoxFan96, congrats on getting a membership. Sustainable Crypto, Carl Cote, Turtle Tech, Aragorn Strider, Mike the Miner, Mark Gurr, Geppetto, Holger Wittig, Root Puts, who is awesome. He always sends me a Friday fun GIF. I always enjoy those. Carl M, Clint Lechner, Coinology, Gandalf Gray, Savage White Zero, Brian Hollywood, Dr. T, Raging Bull Miner, New England Crypto. And it jumped on me. I hate it when it does that. I think that is everything. So I appreciate it. And as Enable said, smash that like, Degens. All right. So I am in a very good mood. So and there's some other things that happened in the personal life that I won't get into. I'll talk about them actually like after the stream in chat if anybody's interested, but definitely had a frustrating and good day today, productive, shall we say. And yesterday did some research on something and that was good too. So appreciate it. Retro Mike Tech with the 499 super chat. You will always be a cheater to me, Sir Maximus. I didn't expect anything less. I figured that you would think that, sir. Doesn't change. Just because I'm not cheating now doesn't make me a non-cheater. Is that like when Lance Armstrong decided he was going to stop taking drugs and figured he was good then? And then they got him for when he did take drugs. Anyway, something like that. All righty, guys. So, all right. So I went over the Comcast speed increase, went over the updated Kaspa analysis. All right. So a couple of things. Karlsen and TradeOgre. So one of the things that always gets me with new coins is they don't have a regular wallet that you can mine. A regular wallet, meaning a general wallet, something that anybody can use that's well tested. Okay. And they always have the desktop or whatever, something that you have to store on your computer somewhere. Yes, some people will put them on VMs, on VLANs to keep them away from everything else. Yeah, that's all fine and dandy, but I don't like to go through that trouble just to mine a brand new coin. I like to wait until something either happens, either that they are able to be mined to a different coin. So I could mine, say, Karlsen with Nice Hash or Zerg Pool or something like that, or where you can mine it to an exchange, or you can mine it to some other like Koinly or Trust Wallet or some other general wallet that also adopts Zelcore, whatever. In this case, TradeOgre has it. Now, I don't know if anybody's tried mining to the exchange, but generally, except for Dynex did not like it. Dynex did not like being mined directly. There were problems with it because of the way the payouts were. But I have not tried it with Karlsen. I had done it back with Kaspa in the day. So since this is a fork off of Kaspa, I would think it would work. Now, that doesn't mean leave it there. For me, I don't know too much about it. I'll develop a small bag that if I happen to lose, okay, and then probably sell the rest into something else. But it won't be such a great amount that I'm worried about losing it on an exchange. Yes, in general, you don't want to keep a large amount on an exchange. I get that. But in the case of making sure you're protected from... I'm fading it out a little bit. All right, let me bring the mic a little bit closer. Maybe that'll help. And let me bring up my mic settings and see if there's anything going on there. Oh, yes, it is. Gotta love the Logi software. For whatever reason, it has been really flaky lately. And, well, yep, it changes the input gain whenever it feels like. And it's really frustrating. And it is not this that's actually changing it. But, all right, I'll try to keep that level as best I can. So let me know how it goes. Wow, this is all over the place. Hang on, bear with me here 1 second. Let me see if there's something in the settings. I don't need that. All right, let me see if that'll stop it. Let's see if it keeps changing it. All right, maybe that was it. Something having to do with echo cancellation with EVMux. Oh, nope, there, it just changed it on its own. All right, let me take out the back reduction. Let me see if that changes it. Oh, I hate it when it does this. All right, hopefully it stays relatively... No, it's still moving around. All right, let me see. I am going to... Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take off the effects. It's probably going to be a lot plainer, but it should be pretty much equal. All right. How does that sound, guys? How does that sound? Oh, she hasn't gotten to it yet. Okay. Well, I was trying. Okay. So anyway, all right. Well, let me just keep going. I took off the effects, but it looks like the input gain is stable now. So hopefully that will fix that. All right. As I was saying, what was I saying? Now I totally lost my train of thought. Oh, Karlsen TradeOgre. So, like I said, yes, not the best thing to mine to an exchange, but given the options, I think to me it's the best. It's the best option as long as Karlsen allows it and it doesn't have some type of different type of payout structure that requires you to put in like a secondary went out altogether. Like you can't hear me at all. What the heck? No, I just put the volume back up again. Let me see if I can kill this. No, I don't think it is, because I've seen the gain keep changing. All right, I'll keep going. So anyway, that's my point is with TradeOgre. Let me check one thing here. I am also... just give me a second. I'm going to kill this Logi G-Hub. And it's gone. All right. Can you guys still hear me? And how is the sound? Let me know what you think of the sound with the way it sounds now. Spacebar. Yeah, fine. Good. Okay, good. Jump change. Sounds way better with no G Hub. Really? Okay, good. Good to hear. Okay. All right. So I will keep going. So anyway, that was my point with Karlsen and TradeOgre, was that gives people an option, a less risky option to mine instead of mining to a core wallet. I know that Yeti wasn't a big fan of their core wallet. So I know Dynex, he wasn't a big fan of their first core wallet either. But Dynex straightened it out. So anyway. All right. Enough of that. I'll get into a little bit more of a somewhat controversial topic. Did anybody see the last two videos from VoskCoin? One says, go out and buy a Kaspa miner. It's great. And today's video is like, don't go out and buy a Kaspa miner. And I didn't watch too much of the one that said go out and buy one, but I watched fully through the one that said don't go out and buy one. And oh boy, could you have been any more general? There were just generalities. Yes, the hash rate's going up and the block rewards are reducing, and but didn't go through any like numbers or anything like that. The only number I did hear, and I thought that was very helpful, was the fact that he said that the hash rate block reduction, the hash rate, the blockchain reductions, the rewards will reduce the block rewards by half every single year. So I thought that was really good information that was in the video. But yeah, I was just like, sponsored versus non-sponsored videos. Yeah, I suppose. I don't think that was it. As many of you know, if right now, if you have Kaspa in your title, you're going to get a lot more views than if you don't. And a lot of YouTubers are taking advantage of that. Guess what? It's a business, people. Yeah, I get why Vosk did it. But I also wanted to make all of you aware, like, okay, why is he doing it? I wish that at the end of the second one, he would have said something of the effect of, hey, it's up to you to make your decision, but here's where I stand. I'm getting on all these miners. Now, you know, he's getting in all of those Asics probably being donated, sponsored, all that kind of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. He's worked hard to be where he is. I'm not criticizing him for that at all. My point is that he's talking about getting all these miners. He's in a different situation where, of course, he's going to get those miners because of who he is and what he's accomplished. And in order to try to help sell them, he has a sponsor, Asic, something or another. He talks about it on the video. Yeah. So I don't know. It is the conflict of sponsored versus non-sponsored, but I really think that you can still help sell products, but sell the better product that somebody's selling. So I don't know. Maybe that particular sponsor said, I need you to push them because I still have some left. I don't know. But yeah, that's the conflict that you sometimes come into. I have not, and I wouldn't put myself in that situation, but easy for me to say I don't have people knocking on my door. What was that was just up there? I missed it. You didn't get a notification? Really? Well, YouTube, you need of all people to give Geek of all trades a notification. Shame on you. Oh, I thought she was going to poke me with her finger. Anyway, she's waving the finger at me. Yeah, she's waving the finger at me. Anyway, here, give me that. I wonder. I really wonder. Anyway, that was if anybody knows who Call Me Chris is, I think the little hands are pretty funny. If you haven't seen Call Me Chris, check her out. She's got a good, very funny YouTube channel. Okay. All right. So, like I said, check out his videos, see what you think. But I think the big reason is, yes, sponsorship is part of it. But the other part of it is Kaspa content is getting lots and lots of views all the time. Okay, enough on that. And let's see where Bitcoin is right now, because I have not looked recently. Let me go here. Price of BTC and CoinMarketCap. 41,762. Not doing too bad. 736. Yeah, 41.7 something. So you going live after this, DJ, to get it back over 42? Or you know what? He probably isn't. He's probably going to be in bed. He might have already left to go to bed. He is an early guy to go to bed, although he is on the East Coast. So yeah, he needs to get the pump out. Pump up the jam, man. All right. And but oh yeah, so just as a reminder, vote for Hawk. In the pinned comment is a link to a place to vote in one of the categories. Micro YouTubers, something like that. Hawk is nominated for that. So check it out and go vote. Oh, wow. We got 130 people here right now. Whoop, whoop. Thank you very much. What was that? Yes, hit that like. What are we at? What are we at? 55 likes and 130 people? Come on, man. Come on, man. Anyone have the link? Yes. Very funny, Burn. Very funny. Okay. All right. So what have I been up to? So yes, I continue to use my demo, get like $20 to $25 worth every week now. That's on 2 units. So it's like $10 a week, something like that. So, 40, $50 a month, somewhere about that on each unit. So yeah, $100 per month without doing anything. I like it. And Hive Mapper, I have gone to having, the wife has it in her car. So sorry, Mind10 says, I want to know if you think Karlsen will go up with more exchange listings or go down. That's a really good question, because you can go both ways on that one. Why would it go down? Because there's more sell outlets. It's easier to liquidate for the miners. And it brings more miners in to liquidate without having a lot of demand. But if they're only going to add like TradeOgre and Chegex or whatever, however you say that one, they're going to bring in small ones, maybe Save Trade. I don't think that's going to be enough to send that much to liquidation. I could be wrong. So I don't know. I don't think that's going to have as great of an effect, as opposed to you have this initial pump of excitement about the project, because you have a bunch of miners that are like, hey, I love the Kaspa project, but I really wish it was GPU mineable only, because I can't GPU mine it at a profit, at least not right now. So yeah, hard to say. Richie Rocket with a $25 super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that very much. And just need that RPM video, TJ Mines. Yes. You notice he's not here tonight. So yes, he is not here. He's got some things going on. So yeah. Oh, so what have I been doing? So yeah, I did that. I've been doing that. I built 3 ETC nodes, 3 ETC MC nodes. I've got those going right now. In fact, let me get rid of this. I guess I can leave that up. I'll move that over here. And that's fine. Let me get rid of that. And get rid of that. And well, I could leave that one up in the background, but I'm going to get rid of that one too. And definitely get rid of that. That's fine. That's just a blank gray background. Okay. Let me share my screen. I need to. Oh, is it doing it again? Probably should have just restarted my computer before we started. Yeah. Okay, I am going. I'm not doing anything with that. Okay, sorry, I'm just looking to try to share my screen. Share screen, and this time I want a different screen. I want that screen. Share. There we go. So there's my 3 nodes. Now I know it's like an eye chart. But this one right here has over 70 ETC POW in it. This one has 38, almost 39. And this one over here has 30. So obviously this one I have started first. This one is on an Intel NUC that I had lying around. And this one is on one of my this is what I used to have, one of my flux nodes running on this one, and then another one on this one. So I took down 2 of my flux nodes to run these, but they're on HP Elite Desk mid form factor computers, and they're doing really well. So again, like just over $38 or 38 ETC POW, and over 30, just over 30 over here. So we shall see. One of the things I did make a mistake on. So when you register one of these nodes, it says username. And when I think of username, I'm thinking I need the same username for each one of these nodes so it ties it back to me. Makes sense, right? No, it's really a node name. So they need to be unique. So max voltage 1, max voltage 2, max voltage 3, they all needed to be unique. I didn't make them unique. So right now I have a trouble ticket open with Kaspa, with ETC POW, ETC MC, whatever you call it. And we shall see. I have not seen a response yet. In fact, where did it go? Oh, it's right here. Let me see if I got anything. I don't think I got a response, but I might have. Oh, nope, I did get a response. 6:46 p.m. So I'll have to respond to that and see what they can do. So they asked me for username, email, wallet address, and order number. Give me a Smoking Dan says, so how long until you're as much a cheater on ETCMC as you are on Flux with nodes, max voltage mining? Okay, first of all, I bought 3 licenses. So no cheating going on here. They all are 4 core, at least 4 core processors. They all meet the minimum specs. There ain't no cheating going on here. I have no intention of cheating because I'll be able to gain my next license in a relatively short period of time. So yeah, no cheating going on here. Anyway, and there's no like minimum upload or anything like that. And with all that upload speed I've got, I don't have any problem with it anymore. I'm hoping that I can actually make a little bit more on Vast as well with the increase in the upload speed. Haven't seen that yet, but maybe I'll be able to get retro Mike text. Did someone say cheating? Yes, someone did, other than you. Garden 1892. How much disk space are on each node? I have 256 SSDs, which is the minimum on each node. So which comes out to like 238 once they're formatted, I believe, something like that. But yeah, the actual disk itself needs to be a 256 SSD. It's probably a little bit overkill, but you're not going to find something for like 200 or 170 or something like that. It's either 128, 240. I think there are some that are 240. And there's some that are 250, and there's some that are 256. They specified 256. Whatever. I have those. In fact, I think on my Intel NUC I've got 512. So yeah, so I'm meeting all the minimum specs on this without an issue. I did think about and I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. I did think about trying to run 2 processors, 4 threads on a powerful processor. They say you can do it, but you're going to have problems. You're going to get no support. So I thought, nah, not worth it. Enable says, before you start reinvesting, I would advise to make sure you can cash out your yield, recoup initial investment 2 cents. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That is definitely one of the things I will be doing. I probably will be doing a little bit of both. Like the first cash out, I'm probably going to take and try to cash it all the way out on that one, just to basically say, yep, I can do it, no problem. The next one, I'll do a license. The next one, I'll do a cash out. The next one, I'll do a license, and keep doing that to make sure that I'm staying even, shall we say, to the point where if I get to a max, I've pulled out all of that initial investment. All I have on riding on it is stuff that was made from the project. So I won't ever lose anything. So that's my plan. Okay. And so I built 3 of those. I also built a vast AI rig. I did show a 4090. I thought I did. Anyway, but I bought a PNY 4090 from Best Buy. I picked that up over the weekend, as well as I bought all the stuff off of Amazon for Black Friday. So I got like 64 gig of RAM, DDR4 for $87. I was pretty happy with that one. That was a good purchase. Also got a 2 terabyte drive for less than 100, and that was a Gen 4 drive. So that's a really fast drive. 5700X wasn't like a super good deal. It was good. It was like $170, I believe, something like that. Cooler was like less than 20. It was a what is it? King Assassin. Thermal right King Assassin, or Assassin King. Yeah, I'm pretty much. And then it was a $79 motherboard. It's a micro. It's a gigabyte B550M motherboard, DS3H. So works well. It's running. It's rented. So happy with that. And then also still mining. So I'm mining Radiant, Alephium, Dynex, and Nexa. I have not started mining Karlsen yet. I'm going to take a look at that probably tonight, see if I might change at least one of my rigs over, but we'll see. I mean, according to hashrate.no, it's like crazy profitable right now. So I might change over and see what happens for at least like a day or two. And then go from there. Like I said, I don't have any knowledge of it yet. Team JFK says, Karlsen has 80.5% hash rate unknown. This seems like a giant pump and dump to me. What are your thoughts on unknown hash rate? Well, unknown hash rate, I honestly, in this particular case, I wouldn't be worried about, because when you have a brand new coin like this, a lot of people are solo mining it to their own nodes, and you have the ability to do that with this, same as you did with Kaspa. So in this particular case, I'm not concerned about it at all. Yeah, I'm not concerned about it at all. In some cases, yeah, I'd be a little bit concerned about it, but there's so many regular Timmies out there that could be solo mining this, because there aren't enough people on it, and there's so much being rewarded. Remember, this is a very fast blockchain. So there's block rewards going out all the time. So hitting a solo block is not that crazy. It's a good point. I'll actually take a look. I may solo mine this like I did with Kaspa. How is my power situation right now? You still using the same power credits? So I'm not sure what you're getting at there, but so okay, I think I know what you're getting at. So we have this carbon-free adjustment. Right now, it is not a credit. It was a credit last year, but since about 6 months ago, it actually is now a charge. What's going on with ComEd is they worked out a deal, a green deal, in order to keep nuclear power going. And nuclear power is more expensive. So in order to make it worth it for nuclear power to continue to generate, is they promise them a certain rate. Well, in order to promise them a certain rate, that means that they need to get more money from consumers to make up that difference. On the other hand, when power is like really, really high, the nuclear power plants can't accept the higher rate. They have to rebate that back to consumers. So it's a give and take. Right now, it's a give from consumers because we're still going to pay that 14-cent rate regardless. It's just instead of actually being in the rate, it's going to be in the tax. So I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to, or if you're referring to the solar credits I get. Yes, during the summer, generally the solar pays for my air conditioning, and I do mine in the house. I have good airflow in through the basement, but it does still heat up the house. So generally, that solar gives us a little bit of a benefit, but really just pays for all the air conditioning fully that we run throughout the summer. So it's a good thing, definitely a good thing. And then, of course, the other part of it is I'm on variable rate, and so with this carbon credit, it's a lot less. It is somewhat less variable month to month, because what I found is now we're consistently 2 to 4 cents less than the standard rate. So we're going to be somewhere around 12 to 10 cents, depending on how you're running your power. If you turn off during the high periods, that obviously will help. Now that I'm running Vast AI, I can't shut off. It's not one of the things you can do when you're running Vast AI. So, Disco Cryptos says solar is the reason why I got into mining. That's cool. I actually bought my solar system before I got into mining. Um, and otherwise, I would probably have tried to get a bigger solar system. But it's one of those things where people are like, oh, well, you've got your solar system and you're stuck with it. Well, actually, it'll pay itself off, and then it will be better off for you at some point to replace your panels with higher power producing panels. So right now my panels are like 3,000 3,000 watts per panel. I think it's about what it comes out to be. But I mean, there's easily getting to be over 4,000 watt panels for the same size. And that was just 4 years ago. So I anticipate that once we get to like double, then I'll be looking at maybe changing out the panels, because it'll be worth it at that point. I can probably have to add I might have to exchange out the inverter as well. But bottom line is the actual infrastructure is still there. The racks are still on the roof. So a lot of the cost of installing them will be much, much lower. And still should get some credits for the additional power that I put on my roof. I won't get any benefit for replacing the panels that I have on my roof, because that'll just be a 1-for-1, but anything above it. So say I was going from a 6 kilowatt system to a 12 kilowatt system, I'll be able to get rebates on the 6 kilowatts. The difference would be my guess at this point. But again, that's not a huge market at this point, but I expect it will be a much bigger market when the time comes and costs come down. Okay. And that's pretty much all I had to talk about tonight. I've been rambling on for almost an hour, but do you guys have any questions in the chat? Disco Crypto says, when I found out that they charged me 34 cents a kilowatt hour, wow, and sold it back to me at True Up at 4 cents. No way. First year made 13,000 in ETH at a rate of 7 cents per kilowatt hour. That's awesome. I know my daughter was mining when she was first at school in her dorm because free power. So, but yeah. All right. Who else has a question out there? And don't forget to vote for Hawk. Vote for Hawk is vote for me. Um, let's see what other questions are out here. And if you do have a questions, please tag me. Please tag me. Bacon, Eggs, and Hash says my peak rate is 36 cents between 4 and 8. Ouch. That hurts. Yes. Sunflower Mama. That was a Diet Coke, my friends. Yes, it was a Diet Coke. And Sustainable Crypto says, not free power, it's called tuition. Yeah, don't I know it. I should have taken that crypto from her, but I let her keep it. Helped her pay for things during school, which was kind of nice. What was that? Oh, we weren't paying for things? Oh, please. So when my parents sent me off to school, yes, they paid for my school. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Appreciate it. But when it came time for room and board, you got your room and board. That's it. Don't ask me for extra money. And if you want to live in an apartment, that's fine. You're getting the dorm rate. And if you need to make up the difference, you need to make up the difference. That was what they did. So that's what we did with our daughter. And it worked out for her. She's a penny pincher. So she did not have any trouble with that. Plus, hey, she had some Bitcoin as some spare cash. So that didn't hurt either. Gaming Smoking Dan says, am glad I chased up my CPU order as got the dispatched message earlier. Whoop, should be here soonish. Now time to move room around again. LOL. Oh, so you're doing CPU mining? You got another CPU coming? Geek Ball Trades. Yes, it was uphill both ways. Just for your information. In 12 inches of snow. On a good day. Jeff Key, old man rant incoming. That's nothing. Gaming with Smoking Dan, 5900X. Yes. Oh, cool. Good to hear. Yeah, I actually passed on a $250 5900X. Yeah. Should have taken it, but I didn't. And now Brandon Coin's mining with it. I was talking to Brandon Coin about possibly the rig I just built, about seeing if he had one that I would want. And he didn't want to separate out the rig. And I kind of had everything else planned out that I really wanted to use. So, and $250 versus $170 on a vast rig. 8 cores is just as good as 12 from what I've seen. So don't really need it unless you're going to be putting multiple GPUs on a rig, which in this case I wasn't. So yeah, it worked out for both of us. But yeah, now if you haven't check out Brandon Coin's videos. He's doing a FOMO CPU series. It's pretty funny. All righty, let's see. Gaming of Smoking Dan says, got new for 200. Holy cow, duties were 40, so 240 all in. Wow, that's a really good price. Nice. You got a candle. All right, I'm missing that. Anyway. All right. Well, it has been an hour. So I am going to say goodbye before I really start rambling, much more than I usually do. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are getting drunk because of what I say. So good for you. Happy Monday. Hit the like and hit the like on the way out. If you are new here and have not subscribed, I would really appreciate a subscription. That would be great. Oh, that's right. And see, what would I do without her? She reminds me of all these things to say at the end of the stream. And all of you guys that got new subscriptions, I do have a members only channel in Misfit Mining Discord called OnlyFlans. So go ahead, make sure you link your YouTube channel, and you will have access to that channel. If you don't, if you have any trouble with it, shoot me a DM, let me know. So, all right. And on that note, Joker Miner, you always think I'm tired. Always think I'm tired. I am a little tired though. Anyway, I will be in Misfit Mining chat after the stream. Anybody who wants to join me, that would be great. We can play some poker tonight if you want, Mr. Cicero. We have not done that in a while. That would be fun. That would definitely be fun. I will set up a game. So just don't take all Joker Miner's money or he'll cry and go and just pout and stomp his feet and say it isn't fair. You guys are all luckier than I am. Is that the best you got, Joker? Is that the best you got? Anyway. All right, guys. Thought I'd leave you with one last. Anyway. What was that? Yes, don't forget to vote for Hawk. And I appreciate you all for being here. Again, another stream with over 100. Amazing. Appreciate you all. Oh, how do you get in on the poker? The easiest way to do it is just come into Misfit Mining chat where you see us. Well, I don't know which channel we'll be in, but go in there and we'll talk your way through it. But basically, we're going to be on PokerStars. So if you don't have PokerStars downloaded and you want to join us, make sure you download PokerStars. And then we'll get you with an invite into the club and we'll go from there. Alrighty, guys. Thank you again for being here. I appreciate it. And the general is out.